let's talk about an important topic. Dealing with people who do not respect you is a serious challenge. Everyone has faced situations where a colleague, a so-called friend, or even a family member can hurt you with their words or actions. These moments can undermine your confidence and make you question your own worth. It's crucial to understand that you do not have to tolerate disrespect. It's time to stop letting others walk all over you and reclaim your power. Respect is not just a word, it is your right. In this video, we will present 8 bold and straightforward strategies to help you cope with disrespect. These are not just general tips. They are real approaches rooted in Stoic wisdom and life experience. There will be no calls to ignore the problem or rise above it. Instead, viewers will be offered concrete tools to stand up for themselves and demand the respect they deserve. If you've ever felt like you're constantly fighting for recognition, this video is for you. By the end, you will have the confidence and strategies to confront anyone who dares to disrespect you, ready to take control of your life. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and let's get started. 1. Set clear boundaries. Establishing clear boundaries is the first and most crucial step in interacting with those who do not show respect. This does not imply passivity or hoping that others will pick up on your hints. Directly defining acceptable and unacceptable behavior is essential. People will treat you the way you allow them to treat you. If you let disrespect go unchallenged, it will become the norm. Often, kindness and a desire to please are perceived as weaknesses. It's important to understand that respect does not come on its own. It is formed through clear boundary setting. Bosses who overstep their authority or friends who constantly belittle need to know where your line is drawn. A firm stance on this issue will lead to noticeable changes in relationships. Being assertive in defending your interests does not mean being aggressive. Calmly and confidently expressing your boundaries will create an atmosphere of respect. For example, if someone regularly interrupts you, it is appropriate to say, "I value respect in conversations, and I ask that you allow me to finish my thought." Initially, this may cause discomfort, but it's important to remember that this feeling is temporary. The respect gained from establishing boundaries will be much more lasting. This is not just talk. It is the foundation of healthy relationships. True respect requires effort, but it is well worth it. 2. Don't engage in power struggles. People who show disrespect often act based on the power dynamics they create in interactions. Their goal is to provoke a reaction from you, unbalance you, and draw you into conflict. It is important to realize that emotional responses, such as anger, defensiveness, or upset, only strengthen their position. The more you engage in their game, the more control they gain over you. Maintaining calmness and composure are key strategies in such situations. This does not mean turning a blind eye to their behavior or allowing them to act without consequences. On the contrary, it is crucial not to let their actions influence your emotional state. When you remain unflappable, you deny them the ability to manipulate you, sending a clear message that their attempts to provoke you will not succeed. True strength lies in the ability to control your reaction, rather than trying to change the behavior of others. It is essential to remember that everyone has the right to their emotions, but one should learn to manage them. In the event of conflict, it is best to respond logically and calmly, and if necessary, simply walk away from the situation. This preserves your inner dignity and renders the aggressor powerless. The philosophy of Stoicism can serve as a useful guide in this practice. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." This statement emphasizes that true strength lies in the ability to manage your thoughts and reactions, which helps avoid unnecessary conflicts. 3. Limit your exposure to them. One of the most effective ways to deal with disrespectful individuals is to limit contact with them. In life, there are often situations where avoiding communication is impossible, whether at work, among family, or with acquaintances. However, everyone has the right to control the extent of their interactions with such people. It is important not to think that you must tolerate disrespect simply because it is impossible to completely avoid certain individuals. In reality, it is possible to minimize their influence in your life. This can be especially crucial in a professional setting where maintaining productivity is essential. In these cases, it is advisable to keep interactions to a necessary minimum, avoiding unnecessary discussions and engagements. In personal relationships, whether friendships or family ties, it is wise to steer clear of pointless conversations and activities that can negatively impact emotional well-being. Protecting personal space is a vital aspect of maintaining mental balance. The more time spent with toxic people, the more they drain both emotional and physical resources. There is no need to announce your intention to distance yourself. Simply avoiding unnecessary meetings and interactions when possible is sufficient. This small action can help preserve inner peace and self-confidence. The less time given to those who do not show respect, the less power they have to influence your mood and self-esteem. Self-respect involves prioritizing mental and emotional health. Everyone deserves an environment that supports and inspires them, rather than one that depletes and diminishes them. 4. Respond with silence. Silence can be one of the most effective ways to respond to disrespect. Not every situation requires active intervention, and not every rude comment deserves a reply. In some cases, the absence of a reaction can have a more powerful impact than words. Individuals prone to disrespect often seek to provoke a reaction to draw others into unnecessary arguments. By leaving them unanswered, one can leave them in confusion and uncertainty. The strength of silence lies in its ability to demonstrate confidence and resilience. This approach shows that a person is unwilling to stoop to the aggressor's level and is not interested in engaging in futile conflicts. By leaving disrespect hanging in the air, it becomes clear that such actions do not elicit any response. It is important to remember that silence is not a sign of weakness. Rather, it is a way to maintain one's dignity. The next time a situation of disrespect arises, it is wise to pause. A deep breath and silence can provide the time needed to consider the situation and allow the other person to recognize the consequences of their words. This approach often proves more effective than any counter-argument, as it can make the other party uncomfortable about their behavior. Thus, using silence as a tool in response to disrespect not only helps maintain emotional balance, but also sends a powerful message that such actions are unacceptable. It allows for the establishment of boundaries without engaging in unnecessary conflicts, thereby preserving one's self-respect. 5. Boundaries as a tool for respect. Establishing clear boundaries is an important aspect of protecting one's dignity. When someone consistently shows disrespect, it is essential to define your limits. Often, disrespect arises because those around you do not understand where the line of acceptability lies, or assume that you will not stand up for your interests. Boundaries should not be perceived as a sign of aggression or conflict. On the contrary, they are a manifestation of self-respect and help others understand how to treat you appropriately. If boundaries are not set, people may begin to exploit your silence or indecision for their own benefit. It is crucial to recognize that a simple and clear expression of your thoughts, such as, "I do not accept this kind of treatment," or "please let me finish," can significantly influence how your boundaries are perceived. Initially, it may be challenging to articulate your feelings, but over time, this will lead to a reduction in disrespectful behavior. People will either start to respect your boundaries or, if they are unwilling to take responsibility, they will gradually distance themselves. Setting boundaries is not only about self-protection, but also about fostering respectful relationships with others. 6. Don't take it personally. Disrespect from others can be perceived as a personal attack, leading to feelings of dissatisfaction and self-doubt. However, it is crucial to understand that such behavior reflects the internal issues of the aggressor rather than your own worth. Often, disrespect is rooted in their insecurities, frustrations, and bitterness, which they project onto those around them. When a person begins to realize that the negative attitudes of others are unrelated to their personal qualities, they free themselves from the burden created by constant self-critical thoughts. It is important not to fixate on every comment or action, and not to seek validation of one's inadequacy in them. Recognizing that the problem lies with the other person, not with oneself, allows for a shift in how the situation is perceived. This new perspective can become a source of strength. Instead of sinking into bitterness or anger, there is an opportunity to respond with detachment and calmness. It is essential to remember that the behavior of others reflects their character, not your value. This awareness empowers individuals to take control of their emotions and reactions. As a result of this transformation, a person begins to establish boundaries more confidently, avoiding unnecessary conflicts and manipulation. They become less vulnerable to the negative emotions of others and better understand their right to respect. The process of freeing oneself from the disrespect of others not only strengthens inner confidence, but also fosters more harmonious relationships with those around them. 7. Walk away when necessary. When someone shows disrespect, walking away can be one of the most effective solutions. Constantly being in a toxic environment where your worth is questioned can negatively impact self-esteem and mental health. In such cases, it is important to recognize that leaving is not a sign of weakness, but a powerful statement of self-worth. It is an act of self-protection that helps maintain inner peace. Many may perceive leaving as a defeat or giving up. However, it is actually a choice in favor of one's well-being. There is no need to remain in a situation where one must endure disrespect simply to prove their resilience. No amount of reasoning or explanation will change the behavior of someone intent on belittling others. By exiting such situations, one may experience relief rather than loss. Protecting one's mental stability is a significant achievement. Leaving can take various forms, from simply ending communication in toxic conversations to making the more serious decision to sever ties with someone who consistently disrespects you. This may also involve ending a friendship or leaving a workplace where one is not valued or respected. Although such decisions are often difficult, they are necessary for maintaining long-term well-being. Walking away gives individuals the power to determine who deserves their time and attention, sending a clear message that self-respect is non-negotiable. Ultimately, the ability to walk away from disrespect is an important step toward fostering healthy and harmonious relationships with others. 8. Surround yourself with supportive people. Dealing with disrespect is not an easy task, especially when a person feels isolated. The constant pressure to defend one's self-worth can lead to emotional exhaustion and feelings of loneliness. In such situations, having supportive people around who can inspire and respect is crucial. Strong social support not only mitigates negative impacts, but also serves as a reminder of one's value. Having a close circle of friends and family who care about your well-being plays a key role. These individuals are ready to listen and support you during difficult times, helping to restore inner strength and confidence. Realizing that you are not alone makes it easier to walk away from disrespectful situations without feeling guilty. Supportive friends help reinforce the understanding that your worth is determined not by others' opinions, but by how you treat yourself. Moreover, surrounding oneself with positive people fosters self-confidence, which in turn makes it easier to handle disrespect in the future. Supportive relationships create a space for emotional expression and reflection on negative experiences, which is an important step toward healing. Building a support network may require distancing from toxic relationships, but such changes are necessary for personal growth. It is often said that a person is the average of those they spend time with. By surrounding oneself with uplifting individuals, it becomes simpler to recognize and reject disrespect. Responses to disrespect can either bolster or undermine self-esteem. It is essential to remember that how others treat you reflects more on them than on you. Establishing clear boundaries and controlling how you are treated helps protect your dignity. Everyone has the right to respect and support, and if these are lacking, it is crucial to safeguard your inner peace. Surrounding oneself with supportive individuals and actively defending personal boundaries helps set the standard for how one wishes to be treated. It is important to acknowledge that while disrespect may arise, with the right support and inner strength, it becomes easier to face it with confidence and dignity. Thank you for joining us in this video. It's important to remember that your dignity and self-esteem are a priority. Walk away from negative relationships, surround yourself with support, and firmly protect your boundaries. If you found these tips helpful, please subscribe to our channel and share this video with anyone who might need it. Together, we can create a space where respect and support thrive. Take care of yourself and remember, you deserve nothing but the best.